Hi, I'm Stan Miller. Welcome to my studio. And this is the first lesson of a series of small lessons on how to paint, how to compose, how to use watercolor, and a number of other things. So we're going to start out with composition, which is the hardest the hardest part of painting, hardest part of any art, whether you're a writer, dancer, actor, make movies, or try to put together a painting. How to put the pieces together, how to compose it, how to design it. So let's start with that, okay? Okay, we're talking about composition and design. The first lesson in composition is to remember that your eye goes to the greatest point of contrast. So if this is your painting, we're going to go here an awful lot, and it's going to be very hard to want to go over here. We're going to keep going back there, so it's not going to be a very good painting. So if we create a second point of contrast here, usually we go primary contrast, second point of contrast, and then you could have your third point of contrast. So we have primary, secondary, third, so it creates movement. The eye also will move from similar to texture to similar texture. So if we have this like this, we have a tendency to want to move to another shape that's like that. And we can go like that. So we go from like to like. But we also have to weigh the wants to move texture to texture, but in the end it goes to the greatest point of contrast. This trumps everything in your painting. So if all your contrast is on one side and your texture and color is on the other side, we might have a hard time getting to the other side of the painting. So we need to remember that. We'll just start there. The other thing to remember is that this is all abstract we're talking about now. As soon as we put something realistic in there, this is what I call this is what we call the left rein. The left rein says, oh, it's a little baby, or it's a silly face, or whatever. And then if there's another little guy down here, then it's mother and child or whatever. So your left brain will say, I want to go here because the left brain can relate to this. But the right brain doesn't know that this is really different in terms of subject matter than this. Right brain doesn't know that that's a cartoon or that's a face or anything. So there's two pathways, two primary pathways in a painting. The right brain goes from point of contrast to point of contrast, and it totally disregards what it is. And then but the left brain will go primarily from here's a large face, medium face, small face. So here's the primary pathway for the left brain, but the right brain ignores all that, and the right brain will go simply, if this becomes the greatest point of contrast, it goes here, then it's going to go here, and if we do this and this, the left brain or the right brain goes maybe here to here, from here to here, and then here like this. But that's the right brain, and the left brain will say, oh, I see a face, there's a face, there's two pathways. So essentially, even at this stage, the left brain is primarily going to move from here to here, and then from there to here, and then from there back to there. And then the right brain is probably, if we make this a little darker, the right brain is definitely going to start here. And so in designing a painting, we need to position these two principles, two pathways, what I call the sound of the voice versus the content of what we're saying. In music, it's, here's music. In music, it's the music or the words to the song. And so we need to consider these two parts of all of our art, the left brain, right brain.